As the Russia-Ukraine war drags on and the Israel-Hamas conflict escalates, another crisis is taking shape. China's looming attack on Taiwan is setting the stage for a confrontation that could shake East Asia to its core. Japan's emergency evacuation plan for its citizens near Taiwan isn't just a precaution, it's a warning that the world may be sleepwalking into another war. So is China preparing to strike Taiwan? Are we on the brink of the next global conflict? Let's break it down. Japan recently announced an evacuation plan for 120,000 residents and tourists on its southwestern islands. These aren't just any islands. They're right in the firing line if China makes a move on Taiwan. The evacuation plan targets 110,000 residents and 10,000 visitors across the Sakishima Islands, including Ishigaki, Miyako, Takatomi, Yonaguni, and Tarama. For 6 days, Japan plans to use planes, ships, and military coordination to relocate people to safety. Shelters are being stocked, missile units are being deployed, and security measures are tightening. The plan, revealed by Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi, is designed to protect islanders in the event of an armed conflict between China and Taiwan. The message is clear. Japan is preparing for a worst-case scenario. But the real question is, why such urgency? And what intelligence does Japan have that the rest of the world might be ignoring? While Japan is bracing for impact, China is sharpening its swords. China's People's Liberation Army has ramped up its military presence in the Taiwan Strait. Fighter jets, warships, surveillance drones, all in what seems to be a rehearsed prelude to war. These actions have raised concerns that China is preparing for a full-scale invasion of Taiwan. Satellite images reveal China's latest preparations: massive amphibious landing drills, new military barges designed for rapid deployment, and a relentless push to modernize its armed forces. The People's Liberation Army is undergoing its biggest military expansion since World War II. A key part of this expansion is the Shuqiao-class barges, China's latest secret weapon for a potential Taiwan invasion. First spotted under construction in January 2025. 3 other Shuqiao-class barges were recently tested on Zhanjiang Beach. The test demonstrated how these vessels could create a loading dock nearly a kilometer out to sea, solving one of China's biggest logistical challenges for a full-scale Taiwan invasion. The integration of China's military, paramilitary, and civilian operations is becoming more advanced, signaling a strategic shift toward greater coordination in warfare. China's increasing aggression is not happening in a vacuum. It's unfolding as global diplomatic dynamics shift. For decades, the U.S. has played a crucial role in Taiwan's security, beginning with the Mutual Defense Treaty between the U.S. and Taiwan, 1955 to 1980, which was later succeeded by the Taiwan Relations Act, 1979. But in February 2025, tensions escalated sharply when the U.S. State Department quietly removed a statement from its website that affirmed the United States does not support Taiwan's independence. The move infuriated Beijing, with Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun calling it a serious violation of the One China principle. This diplomatic shift has only further inflamed tensions in the Taiwan Strait, raising serious concerns about regional stability and U.S. commitments to Taiwan's defense. Amidst this, Taiwan's president, Lai Ching-te, has made one thing clear: Taiwan is not part of China, and it never has been. But China's People's Liberation Army refuses to accept that. For years, China has used economic pressure, diplomatic isolation, and military intimidation to weaken Taiwan. But now the rhetoric is shifting, the threats are becoming real. Taiwan is ramping up its defenses, modernizing its military, and strengthening alliances. The question is, will that be enough? Because if China moves in, Taiwan won't just be fighting for itself. It will be fighting for the stability of all of East Asia. A war in Taiwan wouldn't just be a regional conflict, it would be a global shockwave. Japan, the US, Australia, and NATO allies all have deep interests in Taiwan's security. The US has repeatedly vowed to support Taiwan, but with rising doubts about American foreign policy, especially with a potential return of America First isolationism under Trump, can Taiwan truly rely on Washington's help? And what about the world economy? The Taiwan Strait is one of the busiest shipping lanes on the planet. If war breaks out, global trade could suffer a historic collapse, sending shockwaves through markets, industries, and economies worldwide. So we ask again, is war between China and Taiwan inevitable, or is there still time to prevent it? One thing is certain, the pieces are moving, the players are positioning, and the clock is ticking. Japan's evacuation plan isn't just a drill, it's a flashing red alert. China's military buildup isn't just for show, it's a preparation. And Taiwan isn't just waiting, it's bracing for a fight that could define the 21st century. So what happens next? That's a question the world can't afford to ignore.